So welcome back to episode 2 of New Beginnings. We are the morning after Boris's announcement, and it's fair to say disappointing to say the least, but we've got to go on. Life goes on, so we are going to continue like nothing has happened and see what goes on this week. So today we're going to hit you up with a shoulders and triceps session. So last week I hope you got a bit of a flavour for sort of how we go about training, but it was a bit more of an insight onto the series as a whole. But going forward, we're going to go into the working sets, what we actually do going through from a programming perspective, and take you along through the journey. So since that, I think Jack's come out of a new product, haven't you? So yeah, Mega Pump's been released, so we're definitely giving that a bash today. So that's definitely one that I want to give a go for shoulders and triceps. Conviction's the one for leg day, but shoulders and triceps, it's got to be Mega Pump. So in terms of the actual programming today, we're going to go with a heavy dumbbell shoulder press. So with my shoulder program at the minute, I alternate between like a heavy session where I'll start with compounds like the dumbbell shoulder press, and then I'll go towards the my other session is where I actually pre-exhaust with side laterals, and then I'll go on to actual machine compound. So just kind of switch between the two, so I'm still getting isolation work and then focusing on my compound, the new one. So I think they harmonise quite well. So we just moved across to this split, haven't we? So we've been doing push-pull legs for quite some time, but for us now, we've transitioned to a bit more of a bro split, so giving individual muscles just a little bit more volume, and we're actually really enjoying it, aren't we? So it's been doing good.
It just gives us a lot more focus, doesn't it, around the body parts, especially the weak parts that we're looking to bring up. Certainly from a personal point of view, it's really helped me to sort of focus in on the body parts that I need to bring up, and I think it's important to freshen up your approach to programming and certain splits. I think you can do something too much for too long, so to reset and go again with a bro split
I think it's a big thing not to be too one-dimensional. Like we've obviously done push-pull legs for quite some time now, and it's just come to a point, like for me, push-pull legs, it gets you strong very fast because you're repeating like the sessions twice a week, so naturally you are going to get better. You've only kind of got to look at Jack, who repeats sessions like bench pressing 3 times a week. The more you repeat exercises, the stronger you will get. But now we've built that foundation of strength using push-pull legs, we're going to transition that across to a body part split and hopefully just hit a little bit more volume, but translating that weight and strength that we've built up and applying that to volume. And for me, that's like the maximum way to grow, applying that volume alongside like heavy weights. It's kind of the best of both worlds. So we're just going to roll with it. I know Boris has bent us over and served us an injustice, and we're not going to go on too much what we actually think of it, but it's kind of inevitable. Everyone's thinking the same thing, but
we'll go with the flow.
Go with the flow and
we'll
just
get things cracking. And then one of the things that we enjoyed from the first episode that we did was the feedback. We obviously posted it on Instagram, and we had a lot of messages, which was very good, just saying we want to see more, which is great, more intense sets. But it was we left with a good flavour for people of what we're going to be doing. So just continue to give us that feedback, and hopefully from today we'll see some more intense working sets from Joe and from Jack, and hopefully you'll benefit from it.
So let's get to it. Shoulders and triceps. 65s are going up. That's what I'm saying.
Come on then. Getting nervous is exactly how you should feel on a big set. Big numbers to be done by Joey, and I know he'll smash it.
It's a sign of my working set as well. It's like a subconscious thing. Like I always put my hood up when I do my first working set. Hood up for the top sets. Don't know why. I'm a weirdo like that. Blocking out the noise.
Hood up and deep breath.
I'm hoping the 60s moved last week for I think 9 reps. So 5 key jump is a big, so if I can take at least 6 reps on this top set, and then I can start building from there, but minimum 6 reps hopefully.
There you go. Yeah, here we go. That's all you need, that. Come on. Again.
2 more.
Again. Yes. Come on.
One more. Yep, leave it. Was that not big? Felt well heavier than the 60s. Great, good. Hold and hold. Right, good. Two more, make it hard. Come on. You fucker. One more. Yep. Come on, push. Yep. Them dead stock reps. Brutal. Now we have obviously on the heavy presses. We're going to go on to cuff side laterals, lay on an incline bench, so we'll set it up in a second. But honestly, for one of the best side delt exercises you probably do, they're literally you get constant tension, whereas like from a dumbbell, obviously the tension and the strength profile is different as you go through the movement. This is literal constant tension from here all the way through, really exaggerating the squeeze. What we're going to do on here as well is a rest pause set, so we're going to go 12 reps, 5 deep breaths, 8 reps, 5 deep breaths, 5 reps, so lots of volume on this. So got the heavy work done, and this is where we really want to start picking up the volume and probably picking up the pace of the session as well. One more. Finish it. Keep going. Slow. Right now, go. Hold there. One more with me. Let's go. Yeah, all the way. Keep going. Hold at the top. 3 seconds. 3. Squeeze your shoulders. 2. 1. Good. Yep.
finish it. All the way, finish it. Oh, one more. Oh, one more. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Yes.
Hold at the top, squeeze. Don't rush him. Very good. Squeeze, good. Squeeze. Oh, up. Yeah, try 5 more.
Yes, power. Come on, Joe. This is good, this is it. These are the reps. Come on, Joe. I'm with you.
Keep with.
Yes. Come on. Both. And again.
Fuck off. Yeah.
Come on.
Two more. And again. Right, partial. Keep your arms straight now. Arms dead straight. Just come to you. Tight as you go. 1, 2. Good. 3, 4. Get to 10. 4 more. Hold this last one. Hold you can. Hold. Good. For this one, you'll see we're using 2 ropes instead of the 1. So the idea behind this is, if you use 1, you're kind of slouched over and your shoulders naturally roll forward. So by having the 2 ropes, you can keep your shoulders pinned back. And the only joint that you want moving is your elbow joint. So as you can see with Jack here, all he's moving is through his elbow joint, keeping the shoulders completely stable. And by having them 2 ropes, you can get a much better contraction. So instead of coming down here, you can pull it all the way back. And it's kind of a hybrid between like a push down and also a kick back. But by doing it, you can fully shorten the tricep, which just makes the contraction like that bit more intense. Guarantee you'll get a lot more out of using 2 ropes than just the 1. When it comes to arms, chest or shoulders, and my approach is just to go for volume and a little bit more blood flow. Because for me, like, my joints are really bad, so if I try and do too heavy like arm days per week, it just doesn't work out. So when I do my actual full arm day, I'll do a bit more progressive overload, actually trying to beat my numbers in a little bit of a high rep range. But on this, I don't even log what I do post shoulders and chest. I literally just kind of go for blood volume, a little bit high rep range, muscle rounds, drop sets, just to kind of hit that frequency. But for me, I've tried to kind of log both arm sessions, and it just doesn't work because progressive overload on 2 arm sessions a week, my tendons and joints just go far too quick. So I'd rather do it 1 heavy day and then 1 volume day, and alternate between the 2. Yeah, so with this set, what we're going to do is going to go to complete failure on a weighted dip, and then what I'm going to do to take that set a little bit further, we did it with hamstrings for a week, is take it to eccentric failure as well. So I'm going to go as many reps as we possibly can, and then I'm going to jump up and lower myself down as slow as possible and do 5 reps of them. So we're going to go to concentric failure and an eccentric failure.
Right, so that's shoulders and triceps boxed off. Good session, probably not an easier session, but an easier session from me compared to legs the other week. Lots of heavy pressing, which I enjoyed. The muscle rounds again, I enjoyed that as well. So no, really good session for me. I'm probably a little bit more played to my strengths this one, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. I think the big contrast in our sort of style of training is me, like, I'm all about training to like all out failure. So when you sort of get to them last 3 reps, I just take it there, and I always try and push like past failure, and that's where I use a spotter. And I think we kind of touched on it in the video, but it's so important to kind of train in that capacity, get a spotter. Whereas you were saying, you know, once you get to that level in powerlifting, you're never really going to push past failure because it's just counterproductive to actual strength goal. Like, all you're doing at the end is hammering your CNS, and I know it's good for hypertrophy, but for actual strength gains, it's probably actually not as beneficial from your perspective. So it's just interesting to see how different sort of philosophies kind of compare. But today it was interesting because Jack was very strong on shoulder press, whereas last week, you know, you were strong on like the pendulum stuff. But what we kind of found was in the higher volume capacity, Jack's a lot weaker than what I am, and then in the short, like 1 to 5 rep, he's miles stronger. So just touching again on like the energy systems, and obviously it's crazy how the body adapts like to the short term with the short reps and that sort of thing. Like the rep ranges you do, your body's so inclined to just like in an anaerobic fashion, like ATP and all that, whereas us, more in a volume capacity because of how we train. So just, I know it's still anaerobic, but we're able to kind of produce that energy on a higher volume threshold compared to yourself. So it's just interesting, training with people who've just got different goals, who in the right are, just as fucking good, but in a different situation. So it's just good to see how things contrast. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. If there's anything else you want to see from us, obviously drop us a message, comment below. But yeah, we're definitely going to keep going with the content, get some more out there, and yeah, if there's any certain body parts you want to pick up on, we want to do a legs one again where we kind of really drill down into the intensity, because we did it last week, didn't we, where we did legs, but we didn't go through all the working sets. So that's going to be a big one for us in actually representing the intensity of the work through, and showing the actual the working sets that do the business. But yeah, like I said, thanks for watching guys, and we will see you next time.